It was rainy. It was cold. It was horrible conditions. It was the perfect time for Iowa to come up with an upset win, according to the rankings. And if you're checking out the spread, perhaps just win the game you're favored to win. And yet and still, the Ducks came out on top in this one, 18-16, to continue to keep their hopes alive in the college football playoff and to look like one of the 10 best teams in college football. Let's talk about what happened in this game and what it says about Iowa, what it says about Oregon. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Did you pick Oregon to defeat Iowa in this game? Because I did. And if you did, I hope that you use my promo code over there at MyBookie where, well, Iowa was a 6.5-point favorite, guys. A lot of people expected number 20 Iowa to come away with a win in this, but I had not seen anything like evidence of this new invention that has taken college football by storm, that is the forward pass from Iowa. And yet, they used it to great effect in a game that they lost. So if you wanted to go over there and say, take another shot, if you picked Iowa and you want to use it on Alabama, LSU later tonight, or Notre Dame, Navy, use the promo code RJ Young. That's all one word. It's my name, all caps, over at MyBookie. They will cover your bet up to $500. And if you lose, like some of you might have done against this Iowa game, you get the bet back bonus token for it. Use it. MyBookie, RJ Young. It's in the description below. So 18-16, and really, I'm looking at this game and I'm asking myself, fundamentally, what is it that I expect to happen here? And it was, I expected Iowa to play great defense. I expected Oregon to have a hard time moving the football. But I thought the X factor was going to be, again, evidence of this new invention taking college football by storm, that is the forward pass coming out of Iowa. And they really hadn't done anything like that until the final drive of the game, like the longest pass that Mark Gronowski had completed before they took the lead in this game, 16-15, was 9 yards. And yet he came up with 10 of 18 for 138 yards and a TD. Great game by Kamari Moulton, who had 23 rushes for 87 yards. But you know, the Iowa tailback's always going to get a lot of run. What was more impressive to me was just how Oregon kept fighting and staying in this game. Already down their best wide receiver and their second best wide receiver and their third best wide receiver by the end of the first quarter. So Evan Stewart hadn't played a game all year. DeCorian Moore couldn't go in this game. And Gary Bryant Jr. went down in this game, which meant you're asking a whole hell of a lot out of Malik Benson and Jeremiah McClellan, among others, when really it was Jamari Johnson that ends up leading the receivers with 4 catches, 36 yards. Not the best game from a guy like, well, you know, Dante Moore, who was 13-21 for 112 yards, got outplayed, got through a pick, got outplayed by Mark Gronowski, but it didn't need to be because Noah Whittington was outstanding. 17 rushes for 118 yards in this game. Really, really outstanding performance by him. And, I mean, look here, dude. I'm looking at this. 19 first downs for Oregon, 17 first downs for Iowa, and neither one of them were very good on third down. Iowa had 5 of 13 on third down, and Oregon had just 3 of 10 on third down. And this game was up and down. I couldn't even believe that both these teams got close to 300 yards of total offense. Like, Iowa had 278 and Oregon had 373. 261 rushing yards for Oregon proved to be the difference. The team that wanted to run the football, that wanted to control the clock, was the team that I thought was wearing black and gold. Turns out, no. It is that team that nobody thinks has a good win anymore. And yet, now they're going to go, okay, we went on the road. We went to Kinnick, which is one of the toughest places in college football to play, and we played in Iowa conditions, and we got a win in Iowa City in November as a Pac-12 West, as a Pac-12 team. Please pay us our respect, and I think that they will be. I think this is the Indiana of last year. I think this is the third best team in the Big Ten, and they got a chance to show that once again on a day when Indiana got pushed to the brink by Iowa. Got pushed to the brink by Penn State. 27-24 when they got there. A&M handles Missouri. Going to have some conversations about whether A&M is the second best team in college football or if it's Indiana. But I genuinely believe that this game showed me that Oregon can finish 11-1. They got a great game coming up against Washington. They got another great game coming up against SC, where they expect to be playing in the college football playoff, perhaps not playing for a Big Ten championship. That might have gone. Their defending chances going down with each Indiana and Iowa win. But again, you needed this great win against Iowa. It was close. I thought you left a little too much time if you're Iowa, and that turned out to be just what it was. Dante Moore made the plays that he had to make and got them in the field goal range. And their kicker, who was 3 of 3 all day, made a 39-yard field goal with like 3 seconds left to play in the game, and that ended up being it. Now, what needs to happen for Iowa to make something out of this season? Well, I think they've already done that. Like they're 6-2, 6-3. You get to 8 wins. That's exactly what you expect Iowa to be most years. I thought perhaps with an FCS All-American and an all-time winner in Mark Gronowski, they might be able to push that a little bit further. But Kirk Ferentz is the winningest coach in Big Ten history and has never, ever played in the college football playoff. And we're really thinking about a Big Ten team that represents the old Big Ten for what all I'm concerned. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We take the air out of the game. We don't like to turn games into shootouts at all. We love to be dominant on the defensive line and on the offensive line. We love to be consistently brilliant in our defensive packages and our one-on-ones. And you know what? Wetjen never got an opportunity to turn this game on its head, which also I credit Oregon for. This is a game of preparation. Also, Dan Lanning being out here wearing cotton sweaters in cold weather and rain, he's a very smart man. So I'm assuming that's a choice. Kind of like, me walking around without my laces tied. It's the look that I'm going for. And maybe that's what you're going for if you're Dan Lanning. I'm the coach that will wear cotton out here in the wet. Do you really want the smoke with me? No, is the answer to that question. I don't usually want the smoke with a guy like that. But again, we're looking at an Oregon team that is right back where they have been each of the last 3 years. They're great. They're winning. They can do everything but win a national championship, but that can change just by getting the college football playoff. Again, they got games left against Minnesota on Friday, so it's a short week for them. Then number 19 USC comes to Austin, and then they're out on the road against Washington in what ought to be a game for the 3rd or 4th spot in the Big Ten in the college football playoff. We'll find out just how deep this team is later, but I think they've seen the best that they're going to get offered so far this year, right? I don't know that SC is going to be that much better than Iowa. It's going to be different. It's a better passing team. It's a more explosive team, but the defense isn't as strong as Iowa. Same thing is true of Washington. They got an outstanding quarterback that can make things happen for you, but watch what Ohio State did to DeMond Williams, and you go, oh, okay, I can see how this goes for them. So great win for Oregon. We'll see what happens the rest of the way.